We've got Judge Ken Vecchio live for us this morning as an attorney and GOP strategist. Scott Blakeman as well, political commentator. Thank you both for coming on today. Start with the obvious news. Today's St. Patrick's Day. Judge Ken Vecchio, I'll start with you. We were slated to spend about $6 billion today, and it would have been a big day of celebration. Obviously now this is not happening. People aren't really leaving their homes. You can't go to bars. You can't go to restaurants. What a difference just a few days makes.
This is complete lunacy and madness. And it's being done for an illicit purpose. And that purpose is to inhibit our right, constitutionally given, to assemble. And it's leading down the illicit slippery slope to no free speech. And that's not fear-mongering. What is the fear-mongering is making people go into hysteria and panic about something, albeit, as the president says, this is serious. It's serious like another strain of the flu. And why is it going in the direction I'm talking about? We really need a moment to speak about this. And here it is because when the next flu-type thing comes down, it's set a terrible precedent to lock us down, to take away people's jobs. In Bergen County, New Jersey, there's an order from the county executive stating that all business activity ceases where people gather together, except in a few prescribed areas. That means everybody is out of work. Carpenters, accountants, plumbers, everybody. And it's leading towards taking away free speech rights because next time, this is all about, hey, let's protect your safety, your health. Well, what about a gathering of as repugnant and disgusting as Antifa, those heroin-soaked zeros are to me? They have a right to assemble and speak. And so do whatever, black nationalists, white nationalists, and so does Donald Trump to have a rally, who I love to hear, who I think is amazing. But it's leading towards, we're going to need to protect your safety in getting together groups because maybe somebody will say something that's incendiary and it'll cause riot and we need to protect your safety.
So you think that civil liberties are being stepped on? Right?
Oh my God, are they being? They're being taken away in this hysteria and panic, and that's what the deep state wants. Not President Trump.
Yeah.
President Trump is not saying, "Hey, I'm telling you, you can't do this." He's just suggesting maybe it's wise not to gather in big groups like 10 people or more for people who have pre-existing conditions.
Got to bring in really quick Scott Blakeman to respond to this. Scott.
I mean, Ken, what you just said is lunacy. Look, this is no time for debate. You and I have been debating this for 3 weeks. Ken, please. You know why I'm at home today? Because I'm following quarantine. I don't want to go outside. It's not a suggestion. If we do not crack down, and the whole country needs to fall into line now. This isn't civil liberties. Yes, the economy is taking a tremendous hit, but the government's job is to protect the life and liberty of the people. This, Ken, is a life and death situation. I'm not being an alarmist. This is, you heard of the report before. This is serious stuff. The only way we can fight this is not just another flu. We need to lock down in New York, everywhere in the country. The bars and restaurants must close. The governor of Oklahoma should not tweet, "I'm in a crowded food hotel in Oklahoma City. Everybody should come out." Devin Nunes says, "Everybody go to restaurants." No. We all need to
Scott, as much as Scott,
about civil liberties,
Scott, as much as I respect you, you are being an alarmist. People are being robotic and they're being sheep. This is serious. 1.6 million people. 1.6 million people last year died from tuberculosis, an old disease that's been around forever. People aren't being quarantined for those purposes. People aren't being quarantined and being compelled and ordered not to assemble. Let me tell you something. I have an article that's published in Empire State News today. And I want people to get their own voice out about it. Send an email to news@empirestatenews.net, and I'll have it forwarded to me. And I promise I'll get your words out there about taking away your constitutional rights. Scott, this is crazy.
And I will say to anybody watching, stay at home, save your life, take precautions.
All right, let me jump in real quick, guys. I want to get your, we don't have much time, but I want to get your comments about this real quick. Trump has been making more and more press conference available and getting more information out there recently. He made comments about, there were questions about ventilators and respirators, and he was responding to this question about basically saying, get your own, we're here to back you, to help you, but it's quicker if you get your own. A New York Times editor actually put out just only a portion of this, and was recently scathed by conservatives about this. I just want to get your comment on this because it's kind of a developing story. Ken, what's your thoughts on this? I know you saw this as well.
Yeah, I did see it, and it was disgusting and perverse like other things that have happened here. It's the typical of twisting Donald Trump's words. Donald Trump said, you know how he repeats things? He repeats things so people can't twist their words, and they still do. He specifically said, the federal government is here to back you. The federal government will back you, but it's quicker if you go out and get it on your own. The federal government will back you, though. He was just simply saying, if you want to get this quicker and cheaper, go get it on your own. The federal government's going to reimburse on it. And he was talking about with reference to states. He was talking with the governors about it. And it's also twisting his words, what he thinks. Sometimes him and people in his administration are not exactly in line, but the president is not fear-mongering. The president is being strong. And now it's time for leaders to actually lead and stand up and do a balancing test. We want to stop people from getting things like the flu. And yes, right now, 5,000 people worldwide have died from this. That's a heck of a lot less than the flu.
I just want to just stress this point really quick. President Trump has advised that more than 10 people or less can gather, but no more than 10. The CDC advises that no more than 50 gather together all at one time. Again, the parades, all these big events, they have been canceled for a reason because that came down from President Trump. But we ran out of time. I want to thank both of you guys. That's Ken Del Vecchio, Scott Blakeman. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you in just a bit.